There's days I recall when you used to roll on by me, and you'd say nothing at all, 'cause you had your victory. Now I can remain calm and pass on my reluctance, and then say nothing at all, 'cause you can't win everything. Time is but a fading memory of like the look I thought I'd need, and all the wonders never cease. There is a first time for everything. This time I find I have been burned for the last time. This time I try not to get left behind. Now I take it slow and relinquish my devotion, and remain hopeful that all things are how they ought to be. Time is but a fading memory, unlike the look I thought I'd need, and all the wonders never cease. There is a first time for everything. This time I find I have been burned for the last time. This time I try not to get left behind.
Holding on.
Hey peasants! It's the Superlink Super Show. Maybe peasant singular? But
Hey, peasant. At least one.
at least a peasant. But what a peasant to be here. I missed you too. Yeah, you're here. Oh, hi Kira. Awesome. Two peasants. Woo. What? What do we do?
Are we on case 2 like you said?
Oh. What?
We already did that. Did we forget to
Oh,
save?
load.
Oh, that would help.
Okay. You just got back to watching Wamp and noticed Great Deku Tree had two faces. You mean... What do you mean? That he had two different facial expressions, or that I used two different trees to be him? Oh! Do you know where we were?
We were just kicked out of the office.
We could go anywhere we want, but unfortunately we
Oh,
can't
yeah.
do...
We
Yeah.
hit the plot.
Yeah, we actually have to start presenting evidence at testimonies, unfortunately.
Sorry, I was just sent something incredible.
That's fine.
It's a Say No to Drugs poster with the characters from DGS.
Wonderful. Yeah, Kira, the first time the Great Deku Tree showed up, that was a clip from He-Man of a talking tree. Oh, what? Getting us started 1 out of 1/10. What?
I assume it's a Twitch thing.
It looks like a hype train is about to start, but I don't have any info that... Oh, there we... What? No? Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so the first time the Great Deku Tree showed up in episode 5, well, excuse me, Princess and the Frog. Hello, Lip Lip. As you watch, you gain Harcoinians, which can be used to purchase pots to throw at my head. Yeah, so then the second time, the clips of the reverse shots of me and Sprite talking to the Great Deku Tree in, well, excuse me, Princess of the Frog, were of Sprite and Link just looking at a metal tree that wasn't sentient or alive in any way. And then the second time in Echoes of Courage and Power, when the Deku Tree showed up, that was a tree from the Zelda cartoon with the face of the He-Man tree we used edited onto it. Okay, let's look at all our evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone doubts that we have 22, that we're 22 and have green, that we have 22 green eyes. If anyone doubts that we're 22, have green eyes and brown hair.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen this game before, but it looks like you made it into the Stardew Valley of Ace Attorney. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yesterday...
You described the game correctly.
Yeah, last time we were streaming, I described it as Harvest Moon, or...
It is
Stardew
to
Valley
Ace Attorney
to
what
Harvest
Stardew...
Moon.
Yeah, Stardew Valley
Yeah.
is to Harvest Moon what this game is to Ace Attorney. So, okay, if anyone doubts that we're 22 have green eyes and brown hair, we can present this.
Mm-hmm.
Ferris was in the dining room by herself until the police came. She claims she was there feeding the family's cat.
But we know the cat food is kept in the kitchen.
Oliver claims that he was in the kitchen during the attack. The police found Chandra before he arrived at the scene. Oliver's favorite frying pan, he carries it with him everywhere. He's allergic to cat fur, but no cats are allowed inside the kitchen. Yeah, we're collecting green eyes. Why do you have some?
Mm-hmm.
A report from the hospital Chandra is being treated at. She suffered a single blunt force wound to the back of the head from a flat object. There were no other injuries present. A white bed sheet covered in dirt was found stuffed inside a drawer in the trophy room. Do we want to try to debate Ferris about the or Oliver?
What would we debate Oliver about?
Something related to this statement? Well, we're
Maybe.
next to Ferris right now. We could start with Ferris.
Yeah. I should go over her statement again.
This morning I was having breakfast in the dining room with the rest of the family. After my husband finished eating, I stayed by myself in the dining room. We adopted a stray cat yesterday, so I was feeding him. Yesterday? Weird.
Yeah, strange timing.
I was there the whole time until the police came. I believe it was shortly after that when Chandra was found.
That's the end of her statement. Should I go over it again?
Should we try presenting things, or do you think there's nothing there?
We can always try presenting things because there was not a penalty last time.
We adopted
Also, this
a stray
character's
cat
not-
yesterday, and I was feeding him. Oliver's allergy
Not
present?
British. She's a New Zealander.
Yeah, that was a New Zealand accent, but also she has a monocle. I don't know. I'm just doing I'm just doing voices and accents I can do.
Last time I did an accent I couldn't do. We saw how that went.
Let me offer some free legal advice. Never show your evidence to a suspect unless you must.
I could keep throwing around evidence until something sticks, but that's boring. I should save it until I'm sure it's the right one.
Okay. The dining room with the rest
so
of the
someone
family.
else.
I stayed by myself in the dining room. We adopted a stray cat yesterday. Do you want me to try presenting... I don't know. Oh wait, we have more things! We have more things! I didn't realize we could scroll down. Okay.
That's new.
Trophy cabinet. Trophy room cabinet. A storage cabinet found inside the trophy room. There were small traces of orange cat fur inside.
Which were left on the day of the robbery, which was... Was that yesterday or the day before?
Let's try. There's no penalties.
No, I do think it was yesterday.
Eubank's cat leaves a prominent trail of shed fur whenever it goes. A bunch was clumped inside.
What does Fi have to say?
Should we ask Fi? Fi claims she was playing hide and seek in the kitchen during the robbery. She was never found by the time the police arrived.
Oliver said he was alone in the kitchen.
He claims he was in the kitchen during the attack.
Well, maybe he didn't say he was alone.
Should I present the cat fur or no?
I don't think so.
I could do it.
Oh, you can.
Okay. I'm just gonna one more. Oh, oops. Okay, cool.
But I love throwing around evidence.
Is Fi saying there's a 90% chance she was in the kitchen? No, she was definitely hiding in the kitchen. So do we want to talk to Oliver or Fi about that?
Talk to Oliver. I should listen to his statement again.
I spent most of the day cooking. Chandra came here this morning to bring the family their breakfast. After that, I stayed here in the kitchen cleaning until I heard she was attacked. The police had found her body in the trophy room by then.
That does not sound very suspicious at the moment.
Okay, we should also look through the rest of our evidence.
Yes.
Okay. Trophy room telephone. A telephone found stuffed inside a cabinet in the trophy room has been disconnected. One of Owen's lucky golf clubs. I get it. Fi. Yes, good. I get it now. Sorry about that. One of Owen's lucky golf clubs. Although Chandra had been asked to clean them, this one is still partially dirty, tested negative for blood. Club cleaner. Golf club cleaner found in Chandra's chest of drawers. It's used to polish and clean golf clubs. Camera. A small broken camera found in Chandra's chest of drawers. It was broken today, and there are traces of golf cleaner on it. Dust markings show it may have been hidden on top of the wardrobe. An open window in Chandra's room. Why would she leave it open on such a cold day? Hide and seek. Clumped around Chandra's wardrobe. Passport, which was found in a small storage space behind her wallpaper. She seems to have stored other important documents here, but something next to it was taken. Belonging to Owen Eubank were found on peeling wallpaper. They were left today. It's missing its sheets, leaving it quite bare. The receiver has been damaged with chipped bits of plastic found on the floor. Owen? Okay, we have all these things about Chandra's bedroom, and then Owen's fingerprints were there.
We can't talk to Owen yet.
Okay.
We tried and they kicked us out.
Okay. I spent most of the day cooking. Chandra came here this morning to bring the family their breakfast. After that, I stayed here in the kitchen cleaning until I heard she was attacked. The police had already found her in the trophy room by then.
Looks like no one's here at the moment. I should go explore other areas more and come back here later.
We got all the investigate tabs? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us again where you were during the robbery?
Well, before the police came, Chandra wanted to play hide and seek. Toasty and I, we decided to hide in the kitchen.
Toasty was in the kitchen.
Yeah!
Why, we already spoke to Oliver. He said cats aren't allowed in the kitchen. You couldn't have hid there with Toasty.
You did? How would he know? He wasn't here. He went on some trip.
That's true. How can we prove Toasty wasn't there?
Well, Drat, there's gotta be a way. I just have to think. The fur. Can I prove Toasty couldn't have been in the kitchen? Yes. Here's the proof. Either his allergy or the cat's fur. Probably the cat's fur.
Leaves a prominent trail of shed fur wherever it goes.
Why, Toasty likes to shed a lot, doesn't he? In fact, everywhere he goes, he seems to leave a trace of it. But I don't remember seeing any sort of cat fur in the kitchen. If you had really hid there with Toasty, there would have been cat fur all over the place. And poor Mr. Curry would have been sneezing like crazy.
Fine, you win. I wasn't in the kitchen. You can keep your stupid badge. I didn't want it anyways.
Good work, Justy. My badge is safe.
She's so Emma. Justy?
So, Fi, if you weren't in the kitchen, then where were you hiding?
Toasty can't remember.
This again? Think, Justina. There's gotta be some way to figure out where she was. Well, if the fur is clumped around... Yeah, I have the evidence right here.
Orange cat fur inside, which were...
We found cat fur in the trophy room. Detective Swift said she found it yesterday, and it was no more than an hour old. So I think you and Toasty were hiding in the trophy room when the robbery happened.
But...
Oh, I just discovered we could do this.
Oh, fun.
What? But it shouldn't bring me back here.
That's funny.
They should fix that.
Yeah.
Fi, why didn't you tell the police about this?
I'm not supposed to go in there, and Toasty isn't either. I didn't want to get in trouble.
Also, recently listening to Charade from Mario Kart DS because I love this song. Yeah!
If Father found out, he'd try to take Toasty away. I couldn't let Toasty go back in the wild.
I need you to tell us about what happened yesterday. It'll help us find out what happened to Chandra.
Do you promise I won't get in trouble?
We promise.
Well, I heard
I'm not your dad.
Someone else there. I think they were taking stuff out of the safe. I got really scared. I told Oliver about it. He always knows what to do.
Hang on. Oliver knew? He never mentioned that.
I was scared about what might happen to Chandra. Father started being really mean to her, and I thought Oliver could help her.
Oh, no. You don't think...
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, sorry.
You don't think...
Let's not jump into any conclusions yet. We'll make a note of this for later. Thank you, Fi. You helped out a lot. And so did you, Toasty.
Can I get a piggyback ride as thanks?
Yeah, can she?
Don't encourage her.
That was a very Apollo response.
It really was.
Apollo, Apollo Justice is about a bunch of things happening at Apollo.
Yeah.
Not to him.
Things happen at and around him.
And he just doesn't know how to... He's overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want things
He's
to keep
their
happening.
emotional support guy.
So now what? Now we can go talk to Oliver about, like, hey, you didn't... Yeah, okay.
Now that
I was
we've
actually
gotten a
hiding
successful rebuttal, the option to go over her statement is gone.
Kicked in. Can we use one? Which should I dispute? How is the Kingdom
what's
of
on the
Iowa
last
currently? It's fine. I got 2 stupid Triforces in my room. That sucks.
What's the 4th statement? Okay.
This or this?
Maybe? All we know is that he knew about... I don't think this is really relevant here. I'll hold off on this for now.
Not the 2nd or 3rd statement. I'm just gonna try it on all of them. What?
It might be someone else's testimony that we need to dispute it with.
Okay.
Who's at the crime scene? No one. So the foyer is the...
Oh!
Oh! Hi!
We unlocked this
April's-
guy!
Hello! Forget the foyer, this is the real lion's den. Detective, maybe we should...
Good afternoon, Mr. Eubank. I'm back.
Too late.
Ah, Detective! Have you finished dealing with our little rat problem yet?
Rat problem?
The scurrying, thieving rat in my home.
Regrettably, I would love to dress and look like this guy.
We dealt with the thief. We're here on other matters. This is my assistant, Justina Smith. Justina, this here is Owen Eubank, founder and CEO of Eubank Investments. An assistant? I didn't know you were a detective of prestige.
Hey, I'm not a trophy.
She wanted to tag along to see a pro at work. We're here to find out more about the attack on Chandra. I'm sorry to say, but I won't be much help in the matter.
Why not? This is your house, isn't it? Surely you know about what goes on here.
If you must know, Miss Smith, I only saw Miss Leah during breakfast, and we hardly spoke at all.
Don't call me Shirley.
I have no idea what happened after that. Now, I'm really quite busy right now, and I don't have time for all these inane questions.
Real helpful, this guy. Clearly the window isn't going to look through itself.
Nevertheless, we still need to record your statement. Just give me a few sentences and we won't bother you again. You officers are always such a bother. Fine, yes, but let's make it quick. Statament.
I'm thinking right now, he's married to the woman downstairs. She has a monocle on her left eye.
Mm-hmm. So their fusion can wear
I
glasses.
was thinking, yeah. I was trying to remember if it's on her left eye or her right, because if it's on her right, that sounds complicated.
Around 7:30 this morning, I went down to the dining room to have breakfast with my family. Miss Leah came to serve us the food, and that was the only time I saw her. After that, I went straight back to my office, where I remained for the rest of the morning. Not long after, you all showed up and told me Miss Leah had been attacked. Had breakfast with his family, where he saw Chandra. In the okay. Well, was in the dining room by herself until the police came. Thanks for your
Was
cooperation.
that after breakfast?
Mr. Eubank. We'll need to have a look around and ask you a few more questions, and then we'll be out of your way. Miss Assistant, let's get to work.
Right.
Miss Ass.
Assistant.
Investigate.
There are quite a lot of history books here.
History is a wonderful thing. It defines who we are, and yet we can only ever experience it once. For example, this book that I'm currently reading. It's about how Azure City went from being a small city-state to the sprawling capital it is now. To grow so fast simply by merging with other city-states over the course of a scant 50 years, it's truly marvelous.
It certainly is.
You like my voice for this guy?
I love it. This is what I get for sleeping through history class.
What is the name of this
indie game?
It's called Paper
Perjury.
Paper Perjury, yeah. It's fantastic.
Yes, Paper Perjury.
It's fantastic so far.
I'm having so much fun.
Everyone should get it.
Yes. What's this? A guide to taking care of monocles. I didn't think they actually wrote books on this.
That's actually about the Greek hero Monocles.
Oh, Monocles, yeah.
A monocle is a gentleman's best friend. It would be a crime not to keep it clean.
Gentleman's best friend? Doesn't your wife wear one as well? She's also a gentleman.
Hers is a simple accessory. Mine is a prescription. I can't see with my left eye without it.
I don't know which of those statements surprises me more. Let's see what's on his computer.
Oh no!
You're browsing his... Is this a video game?
It's called Paper Perjury.
And
then blood starts to come out of his ears.
It's called Geniop Bright, Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
Melody Man 12?
Stop snooping around!
Sorry, but I have to ask, why would a man of your age be into video games?
He looks like he is 23.
I know. Aren't those for, like, babies?
He looks like he's like...
Man who is 25 at most.
Yeah, he looks like he is in college and wants people to think maybe he's a professor, but he is not convincing anyone. That's the vibe. I do not get the vibe that he's an older man.
No.
I'm only in my 30s. Okay.
I'll buy that.
I was there when Melody Man started fighting for everlasting music.
I see. What is this, the Steel Samurai? I guess even Owen had a childhood.
Lamp.
Lamp. This is an expensive lamp. Looks like the price tag is still on it.
I remember
Just like that glass lampstand.
Yeah, when we did the Ace Attorney movie with Real-Time Fandub, right? Steel Samurai mentioned. When we did the Ace Attorney movie with Real-Time Fandub, I was really laying into everyone on the questioning. Like, I really know the plot of these cases, you know? And Haley, who was playing that movie's version of Red White, which looks nothing like Red White, and so she was doing like a Ozzy Osbourne impression. I'm like, what about this lamp and this with the lamp and this receipt? And she was like, I don't know, I just like lamps, mate.
Real. Time Fandub.
Oh, I gotta share this meme with everyone. You're watching the stream, yeah?
No.
No?
Let me pull up the stream.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll take me a second to get the meme up on stream.
Okay. I was, and then I stopped.
Cool. There you go.
Oh, I got a 30-second ad.
Okay. I'll just send you the picture, I guess.
Okay.
That's gonna. I was like, oh, it'd be quicker to. Whoa. Nothing.
I see.
Here.
Yeah. Thank you. This thing is worth more than my entire month's salary.
Be careful around that. I already had to replace that lamp once.
What happened?
That nuisance of a cat came running in here and knocked it over.
A
The cat
whole
they-
lamp?
The cat they got yesterday?
Yeah, apparently. That cat must be all muscle.
Oh, Jackie has no muscle. My kitten, for those who don't know, that I found a kitten recently. Like, if you stick through your finger in where his thigh muscle should be, you could just poke through to the other side of his leg.
Where?
Yeah, it's just like a flap of skin there for muscle to go if he had one. Is the cat's name Shu? My cat's
wish.
name is Jackie.
Well, I think they're asking about the cat in the game.
Whoa. I don't think it is. What is the cat's name in this game?
It's not.
No, unfortunately.
Toasty?
Toasty. Toasty shoes.
At
For
least that's what Fi calls it. I don't know if that's the cat's actual name.
It's short for Toaster.
Toaster Strudel.
Toaster Strudel's a cute name for a cat. Toaster is
It
not.
is.
I was
No.
doing a joke and you made it a good cat name. If it were up to me, that cat would have never stepped foot in this house.
You are not getting too niche. Trust me.
No, we can play with. No, we are.
This is the Ace Attorney stream.
Yeah, no, we fully. I mean, I married an Ace Attorney fan artist I met online. You're in good company.
Yeah, I'm in the process of writing a video essay about the geopolitics of Ace Attorney.
And you are a pretty popular Ace Attorney fanfic writer.
This is true. I had forgotten about this. I have like 50 Ace Attorney fanfictions. Ace Attorney brain rot is the realest thing in the whole wide world.
How do you forget your own legacy? We got the Shu reference. We know who Shu is.
Yeah, he's Matt on Guard's cat. We all know this.
We didn't say we didn't know Shu.
Yeah.
Also, that's the Ace Attorney fan artist I married that Nightbot just linked.
My wife.
How do you forget your own fanfics?
Well, you forget to cherish
it's-
them.
It's very difficult to remember what accomplishments you have and quickly go down that list when you meet new people.
I was mainly thinking about the stuff I'm working on right now immediately, which is a video essay I'm extremely excited about.
I would love to only focus on the stuff I'm working right now immediately, but unfortunately it feels like I have to put, like, creator of Real-Time Fandub for people to take anything I do seriously, because the internet is so oversaturated.
Yeah, because nobody knows what Project Name Redacted is yet.
My wife!
My wife!
She was determined to take that cat in. Once that woman sets her mind on something, nothing can stop her.
I see.
I'll tell you what I'm working on. I'll say the name and unredact. I'll dact that name.
You'll
I'm
dact
working
it?
on an original audio drama, a pirate murder mystery about divorced lesbians babysitting a cartoon skeleton called The Mutiny of Keeley Hall, and it's supposed to launch next September in like a year and a half.
Do you want to tell them who you met with?
Yeah, sure.
Today,
I had
talking
a
about
story meeting with Rob Bronzetti today about it. Creator of My Life as a Teenage Robot, and also worked on Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Gravity Falls, Big City Greens,
My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
My Little Pony Friendship is
Season 1.
Magic, Season 1, Kid Cosmic. I'm in the middle of playing Investigations, and I want to know where you think Borginia is.
So Borginia says that it's in Northern Europe, but I personally believe it to be closer to Turkey.
Now,
I think
it can
it's
be-
somewhere in the Slavic area.
I think I've always seen it as, because it sounds like Virginia, so I've always seen it as their equivalent of Georgia, actually.
That's funny. Maybe I'll do that.
And Georgia does border Turkey, and borders Russia, and has a large Russian population, so has a lot of culture from Northern Europe.
I like that a lot. Mainly the reason why I think it's from Turkey is because of the outfit that Zinc LeBlanc wears. Mm-hmm. Like the fashion, the pattern, and everything, but yeah.
So I did just fly in from the Turkish border. Like, you could have walked to Turkey in like an hour from where I was living.
Yeah.
And, I always thought the joke was, it's not Georgia, it's Virginia.
I like that. I really like that.
I forgot that was a headcanon I had until this second.
I need to do some research onto the history of Yugoslavia. Mm-hmm. Which sounds like a nightmare. But the Yugoslav flag appears multiple times in Ace Attorney.
My issue with that is that they say Borginia is 9 hours ahead of Japanifornia, so it must be the same time zone as Paris.
That means it has to be Central Europe.
Mm-hmm. Or even very Western Europe.
Yeah.
Okay. Golf club.
Yeah. Mr. Eubank, I understand you asked Chandra to clean one of your golf clubs today. May I ask why?
Also, I want to tell y'all that the social media posts about me streaming this game got seen by someone who was trying to get streamers to play their Ace Attorney-like indie game, and he sent me a free copy, and we're going to be playing
I'm so excited.
I know, but this one seems like a closer to Ace Attorney length, so might be a bit before we could get to it. Unless we want to like alternate at some point, I don't know.
I don't know, I feel like I'd just get confused.
Yeah. A friend of mine wanted to borrow it for an upcoming tournament. Since those are my luckiest clubs, he hoped it would give them an edge. He was supposed to come today, but we had to reschedule.
Yeah, I bet. Someone almost died. Seems like he asked Chandra to clean it by chance. Mr. Eubank, I was reviewing the case file for the robbery this morning. I have to ask, why does Chandra know the code to the safe?
Do I need a reason?
Well, no, it's just odd.
You're not too knowledgeable on European time zones. Yeah, so, for the sake of this stream, I'll say I live in Hyrule, and anything I say from this point on is not canon. But I just lived
It's not canon.
Yeah, I just lived in Georgia on the Turkish border for 2 years. And then in January, I moved to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you must know, it's because she's a trusted employee. She did a lot of the accounting work. Giving her the code made things easier for the both of us. Oh, bye! Thank you for coming by! Sorry you couldn't stay too long. See you soon! Mwah! Does that answer your question?
Yes. This doesn't add up. If he's embezzling money, then why would he trust Chandra? Did he have some reason to believe she'd keep it a secret? Was he blackmailing her?
Or whitemailing her?
Or whitemailing her. He is one of those. I should go over his statement again.
Around 7:30 this morning, I went down to the dining room to have breakfast with my family. Let me just look at the quick summary of his case file I can present is. Him to have had breakfast with his family where he saw Chandra, to his office where he remained until the police arrived. Miss Lear came to serve us the food, and that was the only time I saw her. After that, I went straight back to my office where I remained for the rest of the morning.
Objection.
That one?
The third statement. He left fingerprints on Chandra's wallpaper.
Thank you. Good job.
Mr. Eubank, as part of our investigation, we searched Chandra's room. Inside, we found a small hidden filing cabinet. If you were in your office all day, then why did we find your prints there?
I had another one.
Happens to me every day.
His manacle popped off and he pulled another one out of his pocket. Did you see that?
He's just like Adrian Andrews for real.
Why, I must have touched it some other time. That drawer was...
That drawer was covered behind freshly peeling wallpaper. Those prints had to have been left today.
You can't be serious.
I am serious. And
Thank
don't
you.
call me Shirley.
I was waiting for that. This is an outrageous invasion of privacy.
Of course he has infinite monocles. He's rich.
Centicles.
Oh.
That's what you call 100 monocles.
Centicles.
Centicles. That's what you call Hercules, who's half horse.
And human centicles, well, we don't want to talk about that one.
Who authorized you to start dusting my house for fingerprints? We have the right to test for fingerprints as part of our investigation, so long as we have just cause. Now, you can...
So long as we just cause. We search just cause.
Yeah. Now, you can either confess here, or we could do this at the station. Is this really how you treat innocent bystanders? Up. Only the ones who are lying. Whoa, Whoa! Cheap viewers on stream, boo! Just remove the space! Banned!
Pardon?
Oh. It's a message in the chat. It says likely ban evader restricted. Only the ones who are lying. Now start talking. I need to speak to Miss Lear over a delicate matter. I went there for that. If you just give me a moment, I can explain all your worries away. Estetamand. Santacles. No one could have known she was in her room. Me visiting her is unrelated to this assault. That's why I kept my visit to myself. It was all just a massive coincidence.
I should listen to his statement again. He might be lying again.
Okay. We also have... Is it fair to say too much evidence?
Yeah, a little.
Or is it just the way the screen works requires you to scroll a lot?
I think it's the scrolling that we're not used to.
It just
we're
feels
used
a
to
little
having
overwhelming.
pages. Yeah.
What do we want to review? Everything?
Let's see.
Claims to have had breakfast with his family where he saw Chandra. Afterwards, he claimed to have gone directly to his office where he stayed until the police arrived. Hiding at the crime scene during the robbery. She told Oliver about Chandra's involvement in the robbery. Telephone in Chandra's room. The receiver has been damaged. It's missing sheets. Fingerprints on the bedroom. Sticky side of the missing wallpaper left today. Passport, which was found in a small storage space behind her wallpaper. Important documents. Something next to it was taken. Eubank's cat leaves a trail of fur. Hide and seek during the robbery. She was never found by the in the kitchen during the robbery. She was never found by the police until the... Okay.
But we know that's a lie.
An open window in Chandra's room. Why would she leave it open on such a cold day? Camera. He does remind me of the bellboy for sure. Small broken camera found in her chest of drawers. It was broken today, and there's traces of golf club cleaner.
He's like a mix of the bellboy and Red White.
Yeah. One of Owen's lucky golf clubs. Although Chandra had been asked to clean them, this one's still partially dirty. Telephone found stuffed inside a cabinet in the trophy room. It's been disconnected. Hi, Garnet Rocks. A storage...
So he says there was no way of knowing she could have been in there, but he also asked her to clean the golf club. I don't know if that's anything, but...
That's okay. Yeah. It's been disconnected. Found inside a trophy room. Orange cat hair fur. Bed sheet covered in dirt. Stuffed inside a drawer in the trophy room. She suffered a single blunt force wound to the back of the head from a flat object. There were no other injuries. Okay. No one could have known she was in her room.
Oh, she was in her room.
Me visiting her is unrelated to this assault. That's why I kept my visit to myself. It was all just a massive coincidence. I have no idea.
Yeah, we might need to go talk to the wife or the chef.
I don't know. The game told us to look at the statement again. And find a lie.
This is true.
What about this?
What
Cat
about
fur in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Or this?
So, I misremembered what he had said. He said there was no way anyone could have known she was in her room, not the trophy room.
Okay, I don't think we have anything.
I don't either.
But we now have his statement. Had breakfast with his family where he saw Chandra, directly to his office where he remained until the police arrived. Having breakfast in the dining room with the rest of the family, that lines up. After husband finished eating, I stayed by myself in the dining room. So I was feeding him. I was there the whole time until the police came. Anything? Nothing?
Nothing stands out.
I believe it was shortly after that that Chandra was found. Okay. I liked the gameplay dynamic of like, but it, I don't know, having like 5 different testimonies you can press at the same time is almost like Ace Attorney hard mode. Like, this might be too much for me.
Yeah, it is quite a bit.
Most of the day cooking. Came here this morning to bring the family breakfast. Stayed here in the kitchen until I heard she was attacked. The police had already found her in the trophy room by then.
If we go outside, can we talk to the main detective guy?
Oh, check this out. We got all these.
Yippee! You're pretty friendly with the chef.
A wise detective always befriends the cook. That way you get the best snacks. Snackoos,
So
even.
it's all just... Oh,
There you go.
So it's all just for the food?
Not just the food, Miss Assistant. I was hoping he might have seen something. When I found out he was away during the robbery, I crossed him off my list of suspects.
I see. So you befriended him to get information. Clever.
Pop, 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 pop. Bingo. Only afterwards did I try his cooking.
I'm taking my compliment back. You and Detective Swift are pretty different. If I were to paint you two, I'd use oil paint for you and watercolors for her.
Sorry, but your analogy's lost on me.
I mean, you're very patient and methodical while she's very intense and prone to fly away.
I still don't get it.
Ugh, never mind. Sir, were you aware that Fi was in the bedroom?
Nope, I didn't arrive until after Sophie played hide and seek with her. I figured she could find her on her own.
She almost lost her badge. You should have helped.
But she didn't, did she, Miss Assistant?
I guess.
We saw everything here? Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to check next?
I really don't know. This is tough.
Hmm. Oh, we don't have the option to...
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because we already got her correction. This is tough.
Yeah. We could just try
Okay.
showing every piece of item on every statement.
Let's think hard. Let's
Okay.
shift into brain mode. No one could have known she was in her room. Me visiting is unrelated to this assault. That's why I kept my visit to myself. Maybe present the passport?
Here on this statement?
Maybe? That's my only guess. If he put his fingers on the wallpaper, maybe he took the document. How would he know Chandra wasn't there to stop him? Maybe a different piece of evidence is better here. Okay, so we have to figure out how he could have known she was in her room.
I mean...
Camera!
Oh, camera. Broken with a golf club. Nice.
Yippee! There is a way someone could have known. We also found a camera in that room. Before it was broken, someone had been spying on her. I feel so smart.
You're so smart. But you should read
You
this.
didn't even have to look at a walkthrough.
I know.
That person could have been you.
I was so worried a walkthrough didn't exist because no one's heard of this game yet.
Mm-hmm.
That we'd be
Just
like...
ask the creator. Be like, help!
So 2 people are streaming it right now, so the creator's planning on popping between, but it's still in the other person's stream.
Understandable.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I never put any camera in there. We know that Chandra worked with the thief and that you were suspicious of her. You should have reported it to the police. It was an internal matter. I needed to deal with it myself. It's beginning to sound like a clear motive for assault. How dare you! You can't possibly pursue I attacked her! Why else would we find your fingerprints in that room? Why else would you have been spying on her? I went into that room, but not to attack Miss Leah. There was something important in that I needed. Once I had it, I left. I have a witness who can verify as much. Oliver came out of her room.
Oliver was there? He didn't tell us that. What was he doing there?
I didn't ask. He just said she wasn't there and he left in a hurry. So tell me, just what were you looking for in that room? That's none of your business, detective.
Was it perhaps a lot of money?
That's fine, I already know the answer. This morning, our thief told us something very interesting. She mentioned that the charity money was wrongly calculated. I think Chandra had proof of it. So I'd wager you took it and then tried to end her life to tie up the loose ends. I would never harm her. That charity money was perfectly calculated. You have no grounds to doubt that. So what are you hiding from us? Let's hear it.
I like this intense sprite.
Do you like me interrogating myself as you just sit there and listen?
Do you want me to take a voice?
I'm fine doing it, but I also just feel a little embarrassed of like, let me put on a show for my friend.
I can be the funny, silly, fancy guy.
You can if you want to be, or if you want to just listen. What do you want to do?
I want to be the fancy, funny, silly guy.
Okay, go for it.
You're a fool to take the word of some common thief over my own.
Yours is a little more
Especially-
Edgeworth than mine.
Yeah, it's a mix of Edgeworth and Peter Nureyev from the Penumbra podcast.
Awesome.
Especially without a smidge of evidence to back it up.
An innocent woman is being charged with attempted murder. Any decent human being would want to help her.
That wretch stole from me, filled my home with police officers, and you think I should help her? I have no sympathy for her. She's getting what she deserved.
You could say that to her face after I drag you back to the station.
Detective, you're taking this too far. He's right. We don't have any proof of any of this. Escalating things is only going to cause more problems. Seems your little assistant here has more sense than you. I will have your job for this, detective. One phone call to the chief of police and I'll ensure you never work in this city again.
Let's go, Justina. We'll solve this case ourselves.
Can't believe him. We're going outside right now.
Owen admits to having entered Chandra's room close to the assault in order to take something. He seems to have seen Oliver leave her room and that Chandra was not present.
Detective, what's gotten into you?
I'm sorry you had to see that. I should have handled things better.
You're right, you should have. Do you have any idea how much trouble you've gotten us in? Did you hear what he said in there? You could lose your job over this.
I stand by what I said. He knows more than he's letting on.
Maybe so, but that's no reason to accuse the man of attempted murder.
You can't reason with his kind. Being nice to them will only let them take advantage of you.
His kind? What, guys with monocles?
The rich. The people who have enough money to change the world but would rather hoard it all to themselves. Will do anything to cling onto their power, no matter who they have hurt in the process. That's why you'd embezzle all that money. If bringing them down means I lose my job, so be it.
Snaps. If he's so wealthy, why would he risk embezzling even more money?
Because he can?
Well, I think you're wrong. We have no reason to think he's a bad person. Sure, he was a little rude, and he did lie to us. Twice. But I bet there's more to him than that.
You're naive, Justina. But you're right. I shouldn't have acted the way I did. It's just... the Klaus orphanage is very important to me. I let that cloud my judgment. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted. But why is the orphanage important to you? I mean, I could guess.
That's a story for another time. We have a case to solve.
Right. I think it's time we pay a visit to Mr. Curry. Thank you for pointing us in the right direction, game. What were you doing in Justina's room? I mean, Chandra's room.
Hey, what were you doing in my room, I say in the third
Why
person?
were you in my room? How did you find it?
Dispute.
Dispute. Mr. Curry, we spoke to Mr. Eubank. He told us that he saw you coming out of Chandra's room this morning.
I always read deduce in Ace Attorney Investigations as deduce.
Deduce.
He did? Is that true?
I'm sorry, detective, but I refuse to answer that.
You refuse?
I want to speak to either of you without a lawyer.
Smart.
I see. Then we'll have to do this the hard way. Are you gonna beat him
Kids
up?
at home.
Police
Don't speak to
brutality?
cops without a lawyer.
Mr. Oliver Curry, you're under arrest for the assault and battery of Chandelier. You'll be coming back to the station with us for questioning. You could speak with an attorney once you're there. Miss Assistant, let's head out.
Right.
I'm hungry.
I ate like a pound of green beans.
What's going on? Oliver, where are they taking you?
We're taking him in for questioning. He's refused to speak to us any longer, and so we have no choice but to arrest him.
Is that so? You come into my house, snoop through all of my things, and now you're trying to arrest my staff?
Her monocle is on her right eye.
Oliver, don't say another word to him. I'll meet you at the station.
Huh?
Oliver is a trusted member of this household. I'll see his defense through.
I forgot.
I am so tiny compared to you.
I'm so small and far away.
Varys, please, you don't have to do this. I know what I'm doing, Oliver. My husband told me the things you said to him, Detective. I know what you're trying to do. You came into my own home and threatened my husband, and now you want to pin this crime on my chef? I think it's time to put you in your place.
She stormed off in a rage.
Get ready, Mr. Assistant. This is only the beginning. We still have a long day ahead of us.
We headed back to the station, Mr. Curry in tow.
You talking to us?
Yeah.
She can see me?
Yeah. You, the audience. The ride back was silent. Nobody wanted to speak or knew what to say. I didn't know what to think. Did Mr. Curry attack Chandra? If so, why?
Hey, not a lot of people have know about this, but on my Vtuber model, those little smile lines, those little dimples next to the wrinkles next to my mouth, those are triggered by my eyebrows going down.
Oh, that's fun.
So they're only like there a little bit if my eyebrows are down, but not all the way, which I'm trying to do now. Like they're a little transparent, and then they turn completely black when I put my eyebrows all the way down.
Fascinating.
Look. You're not watching, are you?
Nope.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna show you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Look.
I almost knocked my microphone over.
Look.
Oh, I see.
And then here's my eyebrows down, but not all the way. See?
Oh, they're fading in.
And then look at that.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, excuse me, princess! That's so I could look absolutely bratty when I'm grumpy.
Mm-hmm. Very important.
Yeah. End of case 2, part 1.
Part 1? This is gonna be an Ace Attorney length game.
Maybe a little shorter. Maybe like the first game, not counting the bonus case.
Rise from the Ashes, yeah.
Maybe a little shorter than that. All right, I'm gonna grab a snack. Do you got an episode suggestion? Which episode should I pull up?
The one where they go to a water park.
That's a good one. I'm pulling up that one.
Okay.
It's 4 minutes and 59 seconds long, so I will see you then.
Okay.
For many years, a horrible curse has plagued the land of Hyrule. A curse that has caused a great pain to all who inhabit this kingdom. A blight from which no one is safe. This malediction has many names, but I've personally come to know it as...
This curse is what all true kings strive against. I wonder what's for cure?
The YouTube poop curse. The affliction that has claimed my father. Fearing the worst, I sought guidance from the Triforce of Wisdom. Oh, please, great and wise Triforce of Wisdom, please tell me how I can save my father.
Build a water park?
How will that help him?
Because magic, or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Are you absolutely sure that's what he needs?
I don't know. I'm the Triforce of Wisdom, not the Triforce of Knowledge.
Sometimes I worry the Triforce is testing me.
I don't know how to rhyme, so here is a crime.
Or drunk.
Alright, Carpenters. I know today is somehow, coincidentally, the birthday for every last one of us, but Zelda needed us to build a rush-job medieval water park. And hey, what could be a better birthday gift than the satisfaction of a job well done?
Why are we even doing this?
Do the words YouTube poop curse mean anything to you?
No!
Oh my god! Malish, there's a really big fish at the water park.
My water park is under attack by the evil forces of water.
No, it's a fish. We went over this. Fish aren't water.
Whales are water.
What?
Oh, God. Did you like my entrance? Fucking chill, Link! Christ, that was scary. Anyway, Link, there's a fish. Fix it. Okay. Any monster that threatens this land will be slain by my Did you say a fish? Just like a fish? Defeating that fish is the only way to open our new medieval water park and cure my father's curse.
Send pizza to Pisa. Oh.
That's really weird, Zelda. So about this fish we were speaking about earlier. You remember, the fish? Can we use that old Triforce of yours as bait? Link! Just playing. I'm down.
Why would you zap me? What are you doing?
Come on, girl. We're going for a walk. You don't get out enough. Come on, let's walk and talk, girl. Right, let's go.
I didn't.
Relax. You don't have lungs.
You don't know my respiratory system. Now you're using me as bait. I didn't agree for a Zelda when I came to your castle.
Well, now that we're rid of that old fuck! I saved you, princess. Kiss me. Well, I saved you too, Link, so you kiss me? What? No!
Zelda, Link, where is my eel? Eel is my boy.
Ah, shit. Well, excuse me, Dad.
Oh, ship my eel. You've attacked my eel. Zelda is dinner. Link is dinner. You've killed him.
Goodness, we gotta get you in this water park stat. The curse is worse. Curse of curse. Well, Father, are you cured?
I'm perfect. Here's me.
Your gauntlet gives me dinner.
Wait, I don't recall the King of the Fairies talking like that. Hey, Zelda? Is this curse contagious at all? Like, could it be spread through, I don't know, a public pool?
Bingo! What was for it? No!
How about a kiss? How about a fuck?
Spaghetti!
Cool!
And we're back at Dinosaur Story.
That joke will never get old.
Well,
Just like the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'd say that joke is prehistoric at best.
Uh-huh.
April 16th, 3:30 p.m. Azure City Police Precinct number 5. Viewing room, I think.
Here I am again, outside the interrogation room. I took the opportunity on the way over to clean out my notes. Oh, thank you.
To clean out my nose.
That too. That's much more manageable.
And you seem nervous, Miss Assistant.
Of course I'm nervous. Interrogating one person was hard enough, and now I have to do it with a lawyer in the room. You're telling me I have to follow the laws now? I'm not qualified for any of this. Why aren't you handling this?
Choked on my spit while doing that laugh. You should think more highly of yourself. You got a perfect confession room. Most detectives would kill for that.
Yeah, a perfect record of 1.
Oh, I
Terrible
must have read the
thieves.
wrong line.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Terrible thieves are one thing. I dealt with customers trying to swindle my dad enough times to handle that. But I've never dealt with a lawyer.
Like the people who commissioned your dad and then...
Like the people who commissioned my dad for paintings of alcohol.
Up. She's just another obstacle in the way of the truth. Remember, nothing she says can change the facts. This is a test of logic and reason, same as before. As long as we have the facts on our side, the truth will reveal itself. You're gonna get us a confession, Miss Assistant. I'll keep Mrs. Eubank off your back. If anything goes wrong, I'll be the one taking the fall. I trust you to see this through.
But what if we missed something? What if Mr. Curry is innocent?
I don't care. No, I mean, well, that's what we'll
okay.
find out. Just trust your instinct, Miss Assistant.
Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, let's go.
Hold it!
Miss Earl, what's wrong?
Ernest, I don't know what you did back at the estate, but the chief is livid. He wants you in his office immediately. The chief will have to wait. We have an interrogation to conduct. This isn't even your department, Ernest. If the chief finds out... If I ever led you wrong before, Sue, I need you to trust me on this. Keep the sheaf. I pronounced it like
Keep
chef.
the sheep busy.
No, I pronounced the CH like chef. The sheaf.
The sheaf.
Busy. I'll keep...
Oh, keep the cheat busy.
I'll handle him after this is done. I never saw you. But if you two mess this up, I won't be able to protect your jobs. This applies to you too, Justina.
I mean, you said jobs plural, so No. If I lose this job, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent.
Relatable. Beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep, beep. Don't worry about that. We have everything we need to win this case.
But we only proved he went to Chandra's room. We don't have grounds to arrest the man.
When the police arrived this morning, Ferris was with Detective Swift and Owen was snooping through Chandra's bedroom. Oliver's the only one out unaccounted for.
I hope you're right, Detective. Let's get started.
April 16, 3:32 p.m. Asher City Police Precinct number 5. Interrogation room, I think.
She's so cute.
Ridiculous people.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're all here, let's get started. Oh, Oliver Curry, now that you have a lawyer, we'd like to ask you a few questions. Were you in Miss Lear's bedroom this morning? While my client acknowledges that he was indeed in Miss Lear's bedroom, he denies having anything to do with her attack. My client was simply looking out for Miss Lear, and upon finding out she was not in her room, he left. I wish it was that simple. Someone attacked Miss Lear, and it wasn't that thief. Monsieur and Miss Lear were working together. She'd have no
Is that
reason
what
to
they
attack
call
Miss
it?
Lear. Have you considered that they may have had a falling out, Detective? Perhaps this Miss Yore wanted all the money for himself. Either way, my client is not involved. Mr. Curry, why were you really in Chandra's room at the time of the attack?
I was just looking for her, I swear it.
I like how his onion is sweating, too. Why were you looking for her?
Does that matter? I have a right to privacy.
It's like how in Investigations 2, John's milk sweats.
You don't need to answer that, Oliver. Look, Detective, I don't care what sob story that thief gave you, but you have no grounds to try and pin this on my client. Anna might be a thief, but she wouldn't simply kill her dearest friend. I'd stake my badge on it. You have no proof my client was at the scene of the crime, only at Miss Lear's bedroom.
See about that. Mr. Curry, just give us your official statement as to your movements at the time of the crime.
Tell him the truth, Oliver, and this'll be all over soon.
Or when the
radio sweats in 2-4, that's right.
That's right.
Oliver Curry's statement! First course visiting Chandra.
First course? That's cute!
Yes.
After finishing breakfast, I decided to speak with Chandra privately. I thought she was in her room, but when I looked, she wasn't there. Looking back, she must have been in the trophy room already.
This chef looks suspicious. You should incarcerate him. Done.
After
Done
all,
and done.
We are in the police station.
After all,
Exactly.
she caught the police from the phone in that room, and that's where you found her.
Is the phone connected in that room?
Yes. We could also question anything. But yeah, we have two evidence of phones. We have her telephone, which has been damaged with chipped bits of plastic in the floor. And then we have a telephone stuffed inside the cabinet in the trophy room.
It's been disconnected.
In the trophy room.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
okay.
Is that what we're talking about, or are we talking about?
I'm not sure. Let's go back.
Privately.
Statement 3.
She wasn't there.
Uh-huh. She must have been in the trophy room already. She called from there. It's the green one.
Whoops. Whoops.
You're good.
Green phone.
Mm-hmm.
Green phone?
You're not colorblind, are you?
No.
It's
just
true,
thought that-
Mr. Curry.
I just thought that was the phone I used.
That there's a phone in the trophy room. However, Miss Lear couldn't have used that phone. When we checked the trophy room, that phone wasn't even connected anywhere.
Preposterous.
Huh?
How do you know that phone was disconnected prior to the attack? Have you considered that the thief could have done that to try to cover their tracks? Besides, where else could she have called the police from?
I'm glad you asked, Mrs. Eubank. Allow me to show you. This is what Miss Lear phoned the police on. The other phone.
Pink.
Pink.
Dispute.
Dispute. There's another phone in Miss Lear's own bedroom which had been damaged, almost like the phone was dropped. The voicemail she left was abruptly cut off when she was attacked. The phone breaking would explain that.
That's complete conjecture, Miss Smith, and you know it! How do you know that Mrs. Lear's phone wasn't already broken? Miss Lear was in the trophy room. We already know this much. Allow me to explain.
Oh, you're explaining now.
But.
Just like Larry.
A delightful explanation! We've already established that Miss Lear was in the trophy room. Not only is that where her body was found, there's also a solid reason. Owen had asked her during breakfast to clean one of his golf clubs. It's clear she never had a chance to do so, as the thief intercepted her then.
She didn't finish cleaning the golf club, which led us to assume
This
that
one
she
is
had
still
been attacked
partially
in there.
dirty.
Uh-huh.
Club cleaner. Used in Chandra's chest of drawers, so it's used to polish and clean.
Is there club cleaner on the bed sheet?
Just dirt, it says, but it was on the camera.
Okay.
We could question everything.
Yeah, let's do that. I agree, she must have been there at some point. But she could have left and returned to her room.
Why was her body in the trophy room then?
Maybe she came back before she was attacked?
Miss Assistant, we realize that would mean Oliver didn't attack her, right?
I'm just speculating on possibilities. Let's carry on. Why was the landline there disconnected then?
As I stated before, perhaps a thief hid it away to cover their tracks.
That's ridiculous! Why would a thief hide a phone?
Why did the thief break into my home in broad daylight to begin with? We could speculate on the reasons all we want, but unless you have some proof otherwise, let's just drop it.
I mean, we know why. At least according to the thief. Right, he mentioned that a friend wanted to borrow it. But why make her clean it right away? Couldn't it have waited?
My husband spends most of his day in the office. He doesn't encounter Chandra often. We saw her during breakfast, so that's when he mentioned it. Chandra's always prompt in her duties.
You asked me. I think he just wanted an excuse to search her room. How are you so sure she didn't have a chance to clean the club? Well, 'cause it's dirty.
It's just an assumption.
It's just an ass.
Yeah.
I can't imagine another reason she'd be lingering in that room.
Sounds like if I can prove her wrong here, she won't have much of a leg to stand on. Okay, so we're looking at statement 4.
This one is still partially dirty.
But not completely.
Okay, that was it.
Mrs. Eubank. Chandra was asked to clean that golf club, was she not?
She was, but she clearly never got the chance to do so.
But there's an issue there. She did. We found the golf club partially cleaned. She must have been interrupted while cleaning it.
Well, I suppose you're correct. It's clear the thief attacked her while she was cleaning. My argument stands firm.
I wouldn't be so sure, Mrs. Eubank. There's a critical flaw in your theory, and I can prove it. Miss Lear couldn't have cleaned the club in the trophy room,
She got
and
married
this is why.
since we last talked about her.
Yeah, to the thief. The reason is the club cleaner. 'Cause it's in her drawer. The cleaner for the golf club is found in Chandra's bedroom, not the trophy room.
Just a sec.
It is attempted murder. It's clear that Chandra took the golf club into her bedroom, and as she was cleaning it, she called the police. That's when she was attacked.
Hang on, how do you know she just, didn't just wet the rag with cleaner and take that to the trophy room? Akin to bringing a packet of ketchup instead of an entire bottle.
That would be impossible. There's nothing in the trophy room with golf cleaner on it besides the golf club.
Then how did the club get downstairs? Why is the cleaner upstairs but not the club?
If our culprit wanted to make it seem like the trophy room was the real crime scene, they would need to move the golf club. They brought the club down with Chandra, but since the cleaner was stashed away in her dresser, they likely didn't notice it. Critically, whoever attacked her must not have realized that Chandra hadn't finished cleaning the club.
Completely baseless. There's all nothing more than just a pet theory. And if there's one thing...
It's a little pet theory.
Like Jackie.
If there's
Like Jackie.
one thing you've overlooked during it.
And what would that be?
You've yet to explain why Miss Lear would call the police from their bedroom. Allow me to explain.
Well, it's because the phone was unplugged.
Rebuttal, the tea-poly brood. Why exactly would she call the police? She was in the trophy room. It's likely that she saw the thief returning to the scene of the crime from the window. Therefore, she decided to call the police, fearing the worst. On the other hand, nothing in her room would cause her to call the police.
Okay, so if we're talking about windows, she had her window open, and we still don't know why.
What about this?
What about it?
There's a camera watching her.
I don't think she knew that existed.
But there was golf club cleaner on it.
She might have just spilled it. You may be onto something. I'm just not completely sure that
I'm
it's
gonna
time
question.
yet. Okay. Perhaps she had a change of heart. After all, from what Fi told us, it seems your husband was suspicious of Chandra. She could have feared for her life. Ooh.
My husband was nothing but good to Chandra. She was family. My husband had suspected Chandra's involvement in the robbery. He would have spoken with her civilly.
I suppose that wouldn't cause someone to call the police. There has to be something in that room that would have made her afraid. Was she afraid of the cat? Because we know that someone was in the trophy case. How would the thief even get to her? The window only unlocks from the inside.
She could have had the window open.
But why not just shut and lock the window if she saw the thief?
People don't act rationally when they're afraid. She must have thought the police were her best option.
I guess she has a point.
Therefore, she decided to call the police, fearing the worst.
And why would she turn her back on the attacker? If she saw her coming, wouldn't she choose to face her?
I can't explain her actions, but Detective Swift played us the recording earlier. You could clearly tell from her voice that she didn't know she would be attacked.
She's right. I doubt she saw her attacker. But why? What do you mean?
She clearly called the police because she saw someone coming. If she was cleaning a golf club, why exactly would she call?
Okay, you might be right. Maybe the phone call is unrelated to the attacker. Do I have something to prove that? I do think it's the golf club cleaner. I've been convinced. Dispute.
The golf club cleaner? Or the camera?
Or the camera.
I was right!
Yep. Mrs. Eubank, were you aware that your husband was spying on Chandra?
Excuse me!
Justina?
What on earth are you talking about? Why, that's a slanderous accusation! Detective, rein your little assistant in before she gets herself in trouble. Go on, Miss Assistant.
There was a hidden camera in Chandra's bedroom. When we found it, it was broken. It's clear Chandra had found the camera in her room while she was cleaning, and after breaking it, she decided to call the police. She must have been attacked at that moment while her back was turned.
And how do you know my husband put it there?
Well,
I think my assistant got a little too eager there. Someone certainly put a camera there, and Chandra did break it, but officially we have no means to trace who put it there.
I'm glad that's settled. As for the camera itself.
You know, our friend Kay would love Ferris.
this is true.
Faye
This
would
is very true.
insist on voicing her if we were streaming this together.
What makes you think she found it today? If she found it on a different day?
Simple. That's because the camera had cleaner on it. We found some fresh golf cleaner on the camera, the same that we found in her room.
Fresh.
Fresh.
As opposed to stale golf cleaner.
Uh-huh. As opposed to dried golf cleaner, maybe?
Oh.
Maybe they could have called it wet golf cleaner, but...
It was fresh.
She must have... It was fresh. She must have had some on her hands when she discovered the camera. Flash frozen golf cleaner. If she found the camera any other time, it would have dried up by then.
Now.
I think they meant then.
As opposed to rotten golf cleaner.
Uh-huh. As opposed to yucky, nasty golf cleaner.
There's a bit at the end of the the interview we did with Jason Ritter on the episode of Mystery Shack Look Back titled Society of the Blind Eye, where Jason Ritter said he researched the show first to make sure we were nice, lovely people. And I said, and that was what you wanted in terms to appear, or were you looking for a mean, nasty, gross podcast? And I didn't remember making that joke, but Ella is constantly saying mean, nasty, gross podcast to me.
That's really fun. I love that. A mean, nasty, gross podcast. This music slaps.
Yeah. It's clear now that you're going to cling on to this pet theory of yours. But all this
I'm
time,
a Klingon.
you failed to consider that Chandra was not found in her bedroom. Her body was an entire floor below.
Can we say body if the person's alive?
Yeah, she was found. She's
Body-
still alive, hopefully.
Bodies don't teleport, and my client couldn't have possibly moved her.
Mean, nasty,
And why is
gross
that?
golf cleaner.
Yeah, mean, nasty, gross golf cleaner.
I know now you're going to say mean, nasty, gross a lot,
Yeah.
as opposed to nice.
Well, I tend to say yucky, stinky.
But what do you think of mean, nasty, gross?
I do like that, I just fear I would forget it. Does mean, nasty, gross golf cleaner actually make it dirtier? Mean, nasty, gross golf dirtier.
I'll let my client explain. Right, here we go. Here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oliver Curry's statement, second course and a possible escape.
Even if I attacked Chandra, the only exit to the room was the door.
The window was open and her bed sheets are missing.
I mean, let's see the rest of the statement. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's it.
Mr. Eubank saw me leave the room. He would have noticed me carrying her body. If Mr. Eubank was in Chandra's room the whole time, he would have found her. This is why I couldn't have attacked her.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, right?
Yeah.
Bedroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, Mr. Curry, there is another exit. The window.
The window? You think I threw her out the window and she landed in the room below?
You wanted another exit. The window is an exit.
If that's your angle, then you really are desperate. Should be obvious why the window couldn't have been used, but allow me to explain it for you.
Rebuttal. Out the window, Buzz, you're a genius! My mom says that anytime anyone says out the window.
Amazing. I love reflexive quotes like that. I make so many.
I was 2 when I saw Toy Story the first time in theaters.
That's good.
And it's been a
That's a good
lifelong
age to see
journey
it.
of processing that the jokes in it are jokes and not just things that are said in Toy Story.
Real.
Because, you know, when I realized that that wasn't flying, that was falling with style was a joke. Because it had to have been like maybe the first time I heard the word style, right?
Maybe.
So when I first processed that wasn't flying, that was falling with style was a joke, I laughed so hard I fell over in my kitchen by myself.
I love that.
This was like in my 20s. That wasn't flying. That was falling with style. That's fantastic.
That is good.
And there was another one, and I'm blanking out on what it was. There was another one that I'm like, oh, that's a really funny joke, and not just a thing they say in Toy Story. On the recent Escape from Walt Disney, my friend Dave and his brother are talking about how they memorized the entirety of this one Zorro movie phonetically before they gathered what most of the words meant in that order and what some of them even were.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's simply impossible that Miss Leah was moved through the window. A fall from that height would have left noticeable injuries. However, the only injury she had was a head wound. Unless you have some way for a body to move down a story without getting injured, your theory's moot.
How about a bed sheet?
Shed beat.
Shed beat.
Dispute.
Dispute. Actually, there was a way she... Well, actually, there was a way she could have moved through the window unharmed. We found a bed sheet stuffed away in the trophy room. The sheet itself was covered in dirt, meaning it likely touched the ground outside. After attacking Chandra, Oliver wrapped her and the golf club in the sheet and simply lowered them to the floor below.
Hold on. That sheet could have always been there. How do you know it came from Chandra's room?
That's easy. This is how we know where the sheet came from. Her bed. When we investigated Chandra's room, we found that her bed had been stripped of its sheet. We never found that sheet anywhere, because it was stuffed in the trophy room the whole time.
You can't be serious!
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. Just look at him.
Have you-
Oliver's clearly... Huh?
Have you seen Top
Have I?
Secret?
No?
Oh, it's Weird Al's favorite movie, and a lot of my friends really love it. It's by the same people who made Airplane, and the premise is...
Oh, that's good.
The premise is, when Elvis was making movies, World War II movies were really popular. Wouldn't have been disgustingly inappropriate if they had him do one. And so it's a Airplane-style movie about an Elvis-style singer going and fighting in World War II. And I know it's Weird Al's favorite movie, and like Dave.
So I'd probably like it.
Yeah, we should watch it.
We should watch the Phantom of the Paradise or whatever.
We should watch The Phantom of the Paradise with Ella.
Yeah.
Did you finish the rest of the line? Sorry.
No. Just look at him. Oliver's clearly strong enough to have lowered Chandra with the sheet. It's the only way her body could have been moved. I believe that's all we need to prove that Oliver is the culprit. I would disagree.
Enough! Why are you so determined on pinning this crime on me? This whole
Because there
time
were
you
4 people in the house and one is a child.
This whole time you haven't even considered that your whole case is missing a key ingredient. A motive. Sandra was not only my co-worker, but a friend.
One of my favorite lines in Well Abridge Me, Princess that we wrote is from the movie, the Captain N movie, in which Rebonak, doesn't matter who he is, says that he wasn't just a weirdly animated horse, he was a weirdly animated friend.
We were very close, her and I. Why would I attack Chandra? I have no reason to. Unless you could provide a motive, you've got no grounds to charge me.
A motive, huh? I guess I haven't considered that. Something made Oliver want to attack Chandra. This is it, Justina. Time to drive the nail into his coffin. You want motive? I got your motive.
I got your motive right here!
I got your motive right here. So he may have wanted to protect his job.
When you grab your pants rudely while you say that.
Uh-huh.
I got your motive right here!
You get it?
If the guy got in trouble, then he would have to find employment elsewhere, and he said he didn't want to do that. Or he could have wanted the stolen money.
I think it's the protecting job.
Probably. Howdy!
Hi, Dragonborn.
It's clear to me, Mr. Curry, that you cared about your job a lot. You made that point abundantly clear when we questioned you earlier. I think you never wanted to attack Chandra, but something happened that left you no choice. Fi told us that she spoke to you about Chandra's involvement in the robbery. I think you went to talk to her about it, and when you noticed her calling the police, you attacked her in the heat of the moment.
Heat of the moment. Just hanging out and having your piggies out too. Are those pigs or toes?
I think toes. The little piggies.
Why are your little piggies are on your dogs?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was gonna make a joke.
Hello.
Oh, guinea pigs.
That's my wife.
Hi, Tree.
Hi, wife.
Having fun?
Yeah.
Nice.
Answer me one question. What was the weapon?
The weapon was the frying pan.
Yeah.
We never found the weapon! I actually really like that sprite. It's very cute.
As I suspected, you never did recover it. The culprit must have taken the weapon with them. If my client was the culprit, you would have found the weapon somewhere. He must have hidden it somewhere.
I think he has it in his hand.
I tried calling it Detective Swift. They can't find anything there. Then I demand to be released immediately. Without the weapon, you have nothing. You have nothing.
You have nothing.
Let me make this perfectly clear.
Let me be clear. Turns invisible.
Let me be frank.
Aw, 2 guinea pigs. Mocha and Reese's.
You like chocolate and peanut butter?
I hate peanut butter.
You're wrong.
I also hate coffee, but I like chocolate.
If the weapon isn't in the house, it must have been taken. But nobody has left the estate other than the police. There's no way I could have taken a weapon out of the house. I'm not carrying any weapons.
I mean, Sherry. There is one place none of us have looked.
In your hand.
On Oliver himself. According to Detective Swift, the weapon was a flat, blunt object. Just like the frying pan he has now. The same frying pan he arrived at the crime scene with. That's why nobody has found the weapon. Nobody thought to check Sherry.
Oh, you could put it in the Animal Kingdom in the WAMP server.
Yeah.
Animal Village, I think it's called. Oliver, we need to test your pan for blood.
But why? Just look at it. No blood inside.
You may
Maybe
wash
put
the
it
blood
on
off,
the
but
fire?
traces can be found with the right tools. Of course, if you're innocent, we wouldn't find anything, right?
I mean, there are ways for blood to get on the bottom of a frying pan if you're a chef in a kitchen, but I'll go with it.
Well, human blood.
Human blood, yeah, but if they're just testing for blood in general. Luminol testing fluid.
Yeah.
This is your last chance to confess, Oliver. Once we test that pan, it's over for you. It's Jover.
One of my partners is named Oliver, and I keep just perking up like a dog when I see that name.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, Nightbot's right. The Discord server is the best way to keep updated when I'm streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver, please tell me that they're wrong. No. I can't.
Oh. His Brian exploded.
Brian. It's so olive over.
It's olive over.
Oliver.
It's all over.
How could
I
you?
don't know.
I'm sorry, Phineas. I never intended for any of this to happen. Why? Chandra was family, Oliver. Faye told me that she was hiding in the trophy room when the robbery happened. She told me Chandra was taking money from the safe. I confronted Chandra.
Look how he looks with no Brian.
I know.
With just this
He's got a weird crown now.
He's got a Jughead hat.
He does.
I confronted Chandra and she told me that the money wasn't adding up. She said she was going to expose the Eubanks in one way or another. I tried to convince her to change her mind, but she wouldn't listen to me. Then, at the breakfast this morning, Owen kept pressuring her. I knew she was afraid. She told me before that she was considering calling the police and confessing to what she did. I went to talk with her privately about it, but when I entered her room, I heard her on the phone. She was about to confess. I couldn't let her do it. I didn't know what else to do. This job, it meant everything to me. After being rejected everywhere else, I had a real job.
Ouch.
If you and Owen were arrested, I would lose the best family I ever had. I could not go back to my family. I wasn't thinking, and before I knew it, she was on the floor. I had no choice but to frame the thief. I thought then Chandra would be safe. I took up your defense because I believed in you. I thought you were truly innocent. I trusted you. I'm so sorry, Ferris.
After getting his formal confession, Detective Hunt escorted Oliver away.
Voicing this very dramatic scene in this very silly voice.
Uh-huh.
I'm like...
In your Luigi accent, yeah.
Miss Smith? Before I go, I thought I should apologize for how I acted there. I should be thanking you.
Thank me? Oh, you would hate me.
As painful as it is, if you didn't step in, the wrong person would be charged for Oliver's crime. It isn't easy, but at least some good came from all this.
There is one more mystery hanging around this case. It seems that everyone believes that your husband is embezzling money from the charity. I was wondering why she didn't speak up about that. When we spoke to him earlier today, he denied it. But he was clearly spying on Chandra, and he took something from her room. Is it possible that he stole the evidence from her room?
Of course not. We've run our business together for years. He would never do that. We even publicly agreed to pay the stolen airfare to pocket. Isn't that proof enough?
I take it as proof. I really do. But it's Detective Hunt you have to convince.
It seems I misjudged you. You want to accuse my husband, at least be upfront about it.
I'm not accusing him. I think he's innocent. It's just all of this isn't really adding up.
I'm gonna make sure the police handle my former friend fairly. This conversation is over.
I might have stepped on a landmine.
Well, she looked pissed. You alright, Justy?
I could be better. I keep thinking about where the money went.
I think she's my favorite.
Yeah, she's adorable. I might have pushed her too far. Did you just get back?
Yup, I headed back here as soon as I could. In any case, let me be the first to say, congrats! You did it! You solved the case! I'm so proud of you and Red.
It wasn't just us. Your work helped too. You were the key to connecting Owen to the scene. Without that, we never would have known about Oliver's involvement. That's not traffic cop work. That's grade A detective work.
Thank you, Justy. That means a lot. Hey, tell you what, why don't you tag along with me for drinks later? We can have a proper celebration then.
Oh no, is she gonna be Mia? Yeah, sure.
I hope not. Well, she just better wear her helmet, then no one will... That'll protect her head from
No one can bethinker her then.
Great! Zephyr and I will be waiting when your shift's over. Before that, though, I think there's one person we've forgotten about. Wait in the interrogation room. I gotta go grab Red and the guest of honor.
I have a feeling I know who she means. I don't.
Uh-huh.
Oh, her! Okay.
Now that we're all here, I want to give you the news. Monsieur, you're no longer being charged with assault.
You're no longer being charged.
What about Chandra?
She's still recovering from her injuries, but she's woken up. We expect to be able to talk to her tomorrow. Now, of course, the robbery charge isn't being dropped. Both of you still have to answer for that crime.
I expected that, but still, thank you for finding out who attacked her. I am truly thankful. I take back what I said earlier. You are an evil.
If you continue to cooperate with our investigation, I'll see if the district attorney can Gotta open my mouth all the way when I talk, even if I'm doing an easier accent. If you continue to cooperate with our investigations, I'll see if the district attorney can provide you some leniency.
Wait, what investigation? Isn't it over?
Not yet, Miss Assistant. We still have those embezzlement claims to look into. Sue spoke with the chief. Apparently, they both agreed to let you to continue to be my assistant. If you'll work with me again, we can finally uncover the truth behind everything.
I want to believe Mrs. Eubank. Embezzlement is unnecessary for someone wealthy like Mr. Eubank. Yet, until I see the answer myself, I can't take her word for it. I'm in.
Then let's go back to our desks. We got a lot of work to get done.
I spent the rest of the day doing my actual job. Paperwork.
Paper perjury?
Yeah. I didn't see much of Detective Hunt. Miss Earle told me that once the chief found out what happened with Mr. Eubank, he got the biggest dressing down of his career. In the end, the fact we still solved the case is what saved him from demotion, or worse.
Death!
Today was a day that truly changed my life. I don't know. I don't know what's in store for me in the future, but
15 pots!
but I know whatever it is, it'll be far more eventful than I could have imagined. Sorry, that really surprised me.
Do we want?
Hi.
I'm done playing for today, so let's save this for next time.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, it's late and I already did a lot of things today, so...
You had a meeting with Rob Renzetti today.
Who didn't?
Me, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are two types of people in this world. People who did have a meeting with Rob Renzetti today, and people who didn't.
Yeah. Oh, it seems, the person who was streaming it before is no longer streaming it. I was thinking about sending the raid to them, but... Okay.
Are there any Monkey Island streamers?
I mean, I'll look for Ace Attorney.
Okay.
Someone's streaming Ace Attorney investigations to, like, 30 people.
Oh, that sounds good.
Named Kumo Mo 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 Mo.
Kumo mo 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 mo.
So, yeah. Until next time, do the link. What? Why did not?
It took me to the other.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.